Se viene el final, atención, va a ganar, ganó.
Es un podio muy especial, nos hace vibrar a todos y lo mejor son los aficionados coreando su nombre.
Ha sido una gran jugada estratégica del equipo, pero sin la habilidad del piloto para gestionar neumáticos no les habría dado la victoria.
Y allí ingresa Checo Pérez al corralito luego de un gran premio de Mónaco apasionante.
Fórmula Latina.
¿Qué tal, formuleros? Nos acercamos no solamente al próximo Gran Premio, sino además nos acercamos al próximo e-Prix. Estamos hablando del e-Prix de Puebla. 2 carreras que se cumplirán en el Autódromo Miguel Abet, un escenario inédito para el Campeonato Mundial ABB FIA de Fórmula E. Una carrera importante, una cita importante para Latinoamérica que acoge nuevamente el campeonato. Hubo varias fechas que se cancelaron al inicio de la temporada que correspondían a países latinoamericanos y por la situación sanitaria desafortunadamente no se pudieron llevar a cabo. Pero tenemos, en cambio, este primer e-Prix de Puebla que ya está muy cerca. Y gracias a la cortesía del equipo Nissan e.Dams, uno de los equipos más importantes de la categoría que ha ganado campeonatos sobre todo en el inicio de lo que ha sido el Campeonato Mundial ABB FIA de Fórmula E. Y gracias también a Shell tenemos hoy un invitado muy especial. ¿De quién se trata, Gis?
Así es, Diego. Tenemos hoy un invitado. Oliver Rowland va a estar con nosotros. Oli, how are you? Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
All good, all good. So I'm going to explain the dynamic in Spanish and then I'll come back to you in English, okay?
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Ok, entonces, lo que vamos a hacer hoy es, vamos a romper con esos mitos o realidades acerca de la Fórmula E y también de México, por supuesto, porque se corre en México y queremos saber qué tanto Oli sabe de México. Así que vamos a jugar un verdadero y falso y vamos a ver qué tanto conoce de estas dos situaciones. Ok, Oli, so you already know how's the dynamic. I don't know if Diego wants to ask you something before we start.
Yeah,
yeah?
I think we should. Break the ice a little bit by. You just wanted to ask Oli about how he's feeling ahead of this trip to Mexico. It's going to be something completely new for everyone for Formula E. So, what are you what do you have in your mind about what's coming up in Puebla?
Yeah, so, really excited, obviously, to be back racing in Mexico. It's been a while since the beginning of season 6 we were last there. To be honest, I'm really excited. I think as a whole, we've had a pretty unfortunate season with many small things just not going right. And I feel like after a small break after Monaco that we're kind of ready to hit the track again. I think we're excited in terms of trying to optimize our performance and be better in general as a team. So, I'm excited to get there. The track seems pretty cool. It's quite technical. There's lots of, corner after corner, quite technical areas on the circuit. And then you've got a really high speed last corner. So I think the track in itself should be pretty exciting. Overtaking there should be quite a lot of overtaking, which will be obviously interesting for all the fans. Just can't really wait to get there and get on track.
And how about the Mexican culture? You like tacos? What do you know about Mexico as a country, as a culture?
No, obviously, it's quite funny. In my first season, I went there. I had to wait, I think, 3 or 4 hours after the race for my plane. It was 1 or 2 a.m. And we had a driver for the week that took us to the track every day. And I actually asked him to take me around all the small tacos bars and things like that to have some food. It's a really nice place to always go. The weather's always good. The people are always extremely friendly. Back then we had many fans that were coming to attend the races. So I always love being there and looking forward to getting back.
Any favorite taco? That's important.
Think
about
you
that.
You can get points with this.
Yeah.
In this
I
test.
like the small beef ones, the ones with beef inside are nice.
Beef
But to be honest, I don't know everything about tacos, but I certainly enjoyed them when I was there.
Okay, we're gonna have, of course, tacos questions, but okay, let's start. Are you ready? Because this is a tough challenge, Oli. I think it's even harder than driving in Monaco. So, are you ready?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Okay, the first one. Formula E cars don't use any fluids. True or false?
False. I would say that is false, but I know it's false because we obviously use fluids in our cars. We actually have our partner Shell who create e-fluids for us and greases that we work within the gearbox, the battery and things like that to help us with performance. So I definitely know that one's false. Okay. Although we don't have petrol.
No, correct. Okay. Argentina won the FIFA World Cup in Mexico in 1986.
True.
Dun, dun. Yeah.
David was Messi scored the goal with his hand. No, not
exactly.
Messi.
But not in that match. That was in quarterfinals.
Yeah.
In the quarterfinals, yeah, and in the final they beat West Germany 3-2 in the Aztec Stadium.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of the English people are still a bit upset, I think.
Yeah, actually.
Are you?
Well, I'm not, but I'm not really a football fan. But I know I hear a lot of people still complaining about it. But.
Yeah.
La
mano de Dios.
Yeah, but we learned you're not a football fan because it started with an M, but it was not Messi, it was Maradona.
Yeah.
Quite close. For the Argentinian people, it's quite close. Yeah. So let's keep rolling. So next question is, it takes 1 day for an EV to be fully charged. True or false?
False. That's quite a long time. But no, I think most EVs can have a pretty good charge even after 30 to 60 minutes. I know in Formula E, for example, it takes about 45 minutes to fully charge our car for a race. And I think with, again, our partners like Shell, they're also developing fast charging stations and things like that where you can actually pop in and get the cars charged even quicker with this new technology. So it's already much less than a day, and hopefully in the future it's going to decrease even more.
Perfect. So next one is, I first have to know if you know what a mariachi is. Mariachi is a typical Mexican character, let's say.
No.
These guys with a big hat, music.
Yeah. They came to when we did the race in Mexico City. They were there with their hats and dancing around.
I'm sure.
We have a picture with them somewhere, me and Seb, so we'll have to find it for you.
Okay, so the question is related to that. This one's going to be tough, but if you don't know the answer, you'll learn about it. So mariachis are originally from Monterrey in the north of Mexico. True or false?
I have no idea. I'm going to go with true.
I'm sorry, it's false. But now you're going to learn where they're from. So you can find them in all the country, basically, but they are originally from various regions of Western Mexico, like Jalisco, Nayarit, Colima, and Michoacán. So now you know.
Next one. The Gen 2 Formula E car goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 2.8 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
We're always constantly obviously trying to be better off the start line.
Yeah.
But we always manage our 0 to 100 kph to see how good we were accelerating. So yeah, that's something that I know.
Perfect. Okay. You know, of course, what is tequila, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The tequila...
not that I've ever drank any.
No, but you know. No? Okay. Tequila comes from Acapulco.
Acapulco. True?
No, false. Acapulco is a city where one of the most famous beaches in Mexico is located, and the tequila is only produced inside the state of Jalisco and in some municipalities in Guanajuato, Michoacán, Nayarit, and Tamaulipas. And to be clear, any agave-based distilled spirit outside of those regions are called mezcal. You know, of course, about also mezcal, right? Or no?
No.
Haven't heard about it? Okay. So that's the main difference between tequila and mezcal, where it comes from.
You'll have to bring me some next week.
Okay, will do, for sure. I hope the team doesn't kill me, but I will.
For after the race, of course. Yeah.
After the race, yeah,
For the
yeah.
celebration, hopefully.
On
yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Okay, so next question is going to be quite easy for you because you must know about this guy called Sebastian Buemi. So the question is, Sebastian Buemi is the Formula E driver with the most victories. True or false?
True.
Exactly.
I think it's true.
13 victories.
Yeah, I know he's a pretty tough competitor anyway. But yeah, I think he did a lot of winning in the past, so it's always a good benchmark for me as well to be up against the best, you know.
Exactly, and he's been in the series since the very first race. So
yeah,
exactly. So next question is about Mexico, obviously. In Mexico, people eat ant eggs, like the eggs from the ants, and they're called escamoles. Is that true or false?
I'm going to go again with true because I went through twice. I'm going to go with true.
Yeah, true. It's called escamoles.
I didn't know that.
And larvae, yeah. And it's a dish native of central Mexico. It was once considered a delicacy by Aztecs, which is a very ancient culture in Mexico. And it's known colloquially as the Mexican caviar. So now you know. Yeah. The taste is buttery and nutty with a texture similar to cottage cheese. So it sounds good and it is good, so you must try it.
Yeah, you should.
I will.
Remember that. Escamoles.
Escamoles.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Next one. This one is pretty easy. Fórmula E doesn't race at night. True or false?
Doesn't race at night. It does race at night, so that's false.
Yeah.
Yeah, we raced for the first time this season in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, under the lights, which was it was pretty cool. Pretty cool experience, especially before the race. They didn't actually tell us, but they switched the lights off as a bit of a show. And we were all kind of sat in the car like, I hope this is meant to happen, sort of thing. You definitely wouldn't want that to happen during the race anyway. But yeah, that was a really cool experience, and hopefully in the future, you know, we can do more.
Good. Okay. You're racing in Puebla. So, Puebla is known as the city of angels. True or false?
Again, I'm not sure. I'll go with false.
No.
Is it true?
It's true. It's true. It comes from the colonial era. The Spanish colonialists filled the streets of Puebla with a Catholic church after a Catholic church after a Catholic church. Actually, it's said that in Puebla, there is a church for every day of the year. So that's why it's called City of Angels.
Is there really?
Yeah, there are a lot of churches in Puebla. A lot.
How many people actually live there?
I don't have that information, but I can look it up for you.
I've never been there, so I'm quite looking forward to it. So,
yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, it's a really nice city. You will like it. I'm sure about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as busy as Mexico City, of course, because that's one of the busiest cities in the world, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go for the next question. We're into Formula E again, and it's a technical one, but an easy one, which I'm sure you know. So Formula E uses 3 different tire compounds at each race. True or false?
False. Yeah, maybe everybody doesn't know, but in Formula E, we have a tire for all conditions. So we don't actually swap between dry and rain. So we try and do that to maintain sustainability. We don't use many sets of tires in the season at all. So actually Michelin produced a really good tire for us, and it's usable in all conditions. And actually the performance and the durability is actually very high. So it's part of our push to be sustainable and you know have sustainable things in Formula E, I guess.
And it's actually, I guess, even less tire sets this year per weekend relative to the past, doesn't it?
Yes, and this season, I think if it's a single race, we get 6 tires in total, so 1.5 sets, and then for a 2-race weekend, like in Mexico, we get 8 tires in total, 2 sets. So basically 1 set per race, but you have to do free practice, 1 and 2 qualifying, and both races with 2 sets of tires. So it's a lot of driving, but to be honest, they do a really good job with the tires.
That's great. Quite unique about Formula E. So now let's get into the Mexican culture. I mentioned some minutes ago the Aztecs, this very ancient culture from Mexico. So the question is, the Teotihuacan pyramids were built by the Aztecs, true or false?
False.
Yeah, you got it. So when the Aztecs arrived at Teotihuacan, the pyramids were already there. So scientists haven't found who were the original inhabitants of this incredibly complex metropolis. Which did you visit them when you were in the Mexico?
No.
Well, you should.
It's a must.
You should.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely just like
it's
1 hour
too
away
far,
from Mexico City, so you should do it.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Doing good. You're doing good. We're almost done, but okay. Formula E cars and electric vehicles can be driven in the rain.
True.
Yeah,
of course. You know, we had a few races. I think actually the first race was in season 5 in the rain. It didn't rain for like 4.5, 5 seasons in Formula E. And since then, I think we've had 2 or 3 wet races. But yeah, I think, well, obviously, if you build a car for the road, you have to be able to drive it in the rain. You know, you can't just leave it at home if it's raining. So yeah, I think nowadays the technology and everything's pretty safe for electric.
Okay, so the Moctezuma revenge in Mexico is just a myth. You know what is the Moctezuma revenge or not?
No.
Okay, the Moctezuma revenge is when tourists, they go to Mexico and they suffer diarrhea when they consume food that they don't often eat. So is that a myth? Is just a myth or it's true?
True, I guess, maybe.
That true that is a myth or true that is real?
I don't know. True that it's real.
True that is real. Yeah. It's real. It's real. Yeah, actually, there have been even drivers that have suffered diarrhea after eating in Mexico. So take care.
Yeah, I actually heard that. I remember the first time I went there, I think Seb told me you need to be a little bit careful with some of the things you...
Okay, so that's called the Moctezuma revenge.
I'm not trying to say that.
It's okay. Just take her, okay?
Yeah. Just when you have too many tacos and too much spicy food in Mexico and salsa, you get the Moctezuma revenge. I think Nigel Mansell once got it.
Yeah, and burger too. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so next question is about EVs. So EVs need to be charged many times a day. True or false?
No, false. I think, well, it depends how far you're driving, I guess. But, you know, I think most EVs now, if you're not doing too many miles, can kind of last you a week or so. With a full charge, if you're doing sort of a normal mileage per year, they can last you a week with a full charge. So no, there's no need to charge them, you know, many times per day. So yeah, I suppose that's the beauty about EVs. And I think as time goes on, I expect that there's the mileage and how far they can go without being charged will only increase with the technology.
Perfect. That's quite important for markets like Mexico, where this technology is still very new and people, you know, have many myths and probably the wrong ones about this kind of technology. So thanks for that. So now this is about food again, but it's not about the Moctezuma revenge. It's about the tacos. So let's stop tacos. So taco al pastor is served with chopped pineapple, sliced pineapple. True or false?
True.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
There's always the discussion on if it's I mean a good combination or not, if it's good or not, like with pizza with pineapple, let's say, like comparison
I
for
like
European.
pizza with pineapple. So
Okay, so taco al pastor is perfect, but yeah, traditionally it's served with pineapple, the taco al pastor, and the pastor is marinated pork meat, and it's called like carne adobada. It's the how you translate the marinated kind of taste from the meat, which is salty, and then combined with the sweet of the pineapple, it makes for a very good taste. So now you know.
Awesome.
Okay. EV charging points are hard to find.
No, I don't think so. There's lots of that's probably false. There's lots of, especially around me now. There's more and more charging points going up. I think they're in most stations now. You can obviously find the charging points. So no, I don't think they're particularly hard to find.
Okay. Speedy Gonzalez was a character created based on a famous Mexican driver with the same last name.
True.
False.
I know Speedy Gonzalez when I was young. I was hoping that he was real.
No, well, the thing is, of course, it's real. It's an animated cartoon character, but it's not based on a Mexican driver with the same last name. He was is known as the fastest mouse in Mexico. He runs extremely fast and speaks English with an exaggerated Mexican accent, just like me, for example. No? So, that's the real story for Speedy Gonzalez.
And he's got the official track record at Puebla, so you got to
take it off him. Yeah.
So the next question is about EVs again, and this one is about the batteries. So are the batteries on EVs sustainable?
I hope so. I think so. Yeah, I think most of them. I would say true. Obviously, that's the whole idea behind EVs and electric mobility is that the whole thing has to be sustainable. And I guess the batteries are becoming more and more sustainable and reusable and many types of things. I know that with the Leaf, I think they do quite a lot with the used batteries to make sure that they're also used in a good way as well. So I'm sure that's the case. Yeah.
Great. Perfect. So the last question, and you've done very well, I must say. EVs, and this is a myth, and a very strong one, I guess, with people who are not familiarized with this technology. EVs are twice as expensive to maintain as the same ICE models.
False.
As their ICE equivalents. Perfect.
Yeah, false. I guess, I mean, I know that you save a lot in terms of spending money on fuel and things like that. So I'm guessing they're actually probably cheaper in some respects. I don't know the full details, but yeah, for sure, with the fuel and stuff, you save a lot of money in charging it up. So I guess that's not the case.
Perfect.
I mean, you've done very well. I think you only got like 3 wrong answers at the beginning, but at the end you were on fire, man.
Yeah, I got all the few false ones wrong. I thought I was never going to get one right.
You are approved to go to Mexico, to race in Mexico back again, and to keep teaching us about Fórmula E and electric vehicles.
And maybe we get to nickname Oliver Rowland as Speedy Gonzalez after what he does in Puebla.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah, that would be good.
Oli
thanks
Gonzalez.
for your time, Oli.
Oli Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Oli. See you in Mexico.
Thank you, Oliver. Gracias, Oliver. Gracias al equipo Nissan e.Dams, a Shell también. Y recuerden, la próxima cita del Campeonato Mundial ABB FIA de Fórmula E, el e-Prix de Puebla. 2 carreras, serán las citas 8 y 9 del calendario, los días 19 y 20 de junio en el Autódromo Miguel Ángel.
Thank you very much, guys. See you later.
Ahí nos vemos.
Se viene el final, atención, va a ganar, ganó.
Es un podio muy especial, nos hace vibrar a todos y lo mejor mejor son los aficionados coreando su nombre.
Ha sido una gran jugada estratégica del equipo, pero sin la habilidad del piloto para gestionar neumáticos no les habría dado la victoria.
Y allí ingresa Checo Pérez al corralito luego de un gran premio de Mónaco apasionante.
Fórmula Latina.